Story time. So a few years ago, I was up walking around the house late at night while my wife was doing homework. And I'm just pacing, trying to stay awake while she's doing nursing homework because I'm a supportive husband or something along those lines. And it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm getting hungry. So I stuck my head in the refrigerator,
Sort of like this.
and I'm digging around looking for a snack, and I found a pint of blackberries. Now, I've always liked blackberries. I'll eat a whole dang pint, eat the whole thing right at once. And I always go for the red ones. I don't like the fully ripe ones. I like the ones that are red. They're sour and they just taste really good. So I'm snacking on this pint of blackberries, and something really, really kind of powerful hits me. No, it wasn't a stomach ache. I checked. I just had this idea, and I just needed to start writing. So I grabbed my notebook, this notebook actually, and I run off to the living room, and I just start writing. And I mean writing. And I didn't stop. I started writing about the blackberries, and I wrote about the blackberries that I picked as a kid on my parents' property. I wrote about how supermarket blackberries were just garbage, and they tasted nothing like the blackberries that I remember as a kid. And as I'm writing ferociously, my wife is sitting in the corner doing homework. And she looks concerned because I never act like this. And she's like, Are you okay? What are you doing? And I'm like, mind your own business. I'm just so intently writing right now. And about 35, 40 minutes later, I get done writing in my notebook. And I just sit back and kind of stare at what I wrote. And my wife kept asking me what exactly happened. And I handed her my notebook. And then she reads it. And she gets emotional. And she read it out loud. And then I get emotional. And I realized I had tapped into something spiritual, if you will. I don't know if that sounds weird. I don't really care. But the story was really important to me. And it meant a lot to me. And I always knew that if I was going to write something and share it with somebody, it had to be something that was important, something that was emotional, something that was supposed to change something. I'm not saying that what I wrote was supposed to change anything at all, but I feel like it did. And everything that I wrote in this book, that summer night in 2021, would eventually become what is now a children's book, which is A Tale of Blackberries. And if you have a story in you need to write that. And you need to not hold that in. And you need to let everybody hear your story. Because if you have a story in you and you are passionate about what you're writing, and you put pen to paper and you write with ferocity and you write with passion and you write with emphasis, that's something that needs to be shared with everybody. Because that is no longer just a story or a poem or a song or just words on paper. That is a seed that you are planting. And that seed you are planting is one day going to grow and become something incredible that is going to change things generationally. Was that a lot? I don't care.